Ready or not, here it comes. Welcome to Eclipse season. I really wanted to do this video to kind of break down the energy of the eclipses this month, specifically in August 2026. It's going to be different things for different people because one size does not fit all, but there is sort of an overall theme with both of these eclipses that I wanted to talk about in this video. So we are leading up to this week, August 12th, new moon, total solar eclipse in the sign of Leo. And a lot of times eclipses get overhyped. Eclipse season gets overhyped. Apologize for the background noise. I had a quick 20 minutes, 30 minutes to do this video between having to pick up my son and didn't bring my mic. So here we go, just free flowing it. But eclipses can be very overhyped. I have overhyped eclipses before. I am guilty of this. But these two eclipses specifically this month can be very life-changing and life-altering, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. So, total solar eclipse in Leo. Here's the thing with solar eclipses. Solar eclipses tend to bring in new beginnings. All eclipses are like fated points. So destiny points, fated points, a lot of fated events come in. This is sort of where the hands of fate are in control, and you as the mere mortal, or you as the mere spirit having a mortal experience, does not feel in control of sometimes the way life goes or the way life twists and turns. This can be a wonderful thing. This can also be a very challenging, stressful, and overwhelming thing depending on what's coming in for you. So with the new moon, and the solar eclipse is always with a new moon, okay? New moons are all about sort of a new cycle. You are embarking on a new cycle. There is something budding. I did a tarot reading today where I talk about there's this energy that's budding. If you're feeling that, feeling like something's about to pop off, feeling like something is growing, feeling like there's expansion, that is this energy. It just is heightened during the eclipse. So eclipses, the intensity of the energy typically lasts about 6 months. So it may not happen for you this week. You might still be sort of feeling that energy and feeling like things are moving forward, and then nothing happens for you. Vice versa, you may be feeling that energy, and then towards the end of this week, things just start taking off and changing very, very quickly. Why? Because it's Leo. Leo is, we're gonna get into the energy real quick. Leo, in this deck, it is the Lover. But Leo represents playfulness, expressive, creativity. It's warm. It's kind of like the Child, like the Sun card in the traditional tarot deck. Let me find it. Represents Leo energy. The Sun is a Leo energy. There's a little kid riding a horse, free, happy, innocent, and the sun is shining brightly and there's sunflowers behind. That is Leo energy. So it is where we shine. And so this energy may bring in sort of and highlight where you shine or where you need to shine more. Okay? The reason why this eclipse is a little bit bigger is because Jupiter is now in the sign of Leo. Jupiter is a benefic planet. Benefic means good energy, good luck, good fortune. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and Jupiter brings in expansion. It brings in good luck, enthusiasm, optimism, benevolence, generosity. It brings in positivity. It brings in good fortune. So this is a time where you could really expand into huge success, huge fortune, huge abundance. For some of you, this new moon solar eclipse is really going to open up opportunities for travel, because Jupiter is the planet that rules travel. Equally with that, because it rules expansion, because it rules growth, this is a time where spiritually people are really going to expand and grow and learn. Jupiter rules higher consciousness. So the overall energy of this eclipse is really positive. However, because Jupiter expands everything that it's near and everything that it touches, sometimes expansion is expanding and bringing to light the bad stuff, expanding and bringing to light the challenges. And so this is a time where the sun, everything's going to be illuminated. What's been in the dark for you is going to come into the light. It's going to come to the surface. What maybe you've been ignoring within yourself is going to be seen. Sun is our entire being. It is our essence. It is our spiritual energy. It's self-awareness. It's life force. It's spirit. It's masculine energy at heart. So like there is this energy with this particular eclipse where you might feel inspired to act, inspired to go, inspired to travel, inspired to do something. That is the energy of this eclipse, okay? But again, it is about the shine. It's about the ego. Ego could be a positive thing. Ego can be a negative thing, depending on what side of the coin you're on. This also is, because it's the sun and because it's Jupiter energy, this is husband. This is father. In astrology, sun rules the father, Jupiter rules the husband, and Leo is the lover. So an emphasis on those roles in your life are going to be expanded as well. So for many of you in relationships, in situationships, in connections, how that role is playing a role in your life. So your partner, your husband, the person that you're dating, your father, that role might expand more. So this is a time where, again, because it's eclipse season and it's eclipse in Leo and it's a total eclipse, you may meet your person. You may meet your husband. If you are a man, you may meet a significant partner during this period of time, because again, that energy of the role of husband, lover, father is going to expand. If you were already in a relationship, those themes are going to be highlighted for better or worse in this eclipse season. So this week and over the next 6 months, a lot of people may end up being pregnant during this time over the next 6 months. Okay. So it's going to play out differently for different people, but there is this energy of expansion and growth. Here's the thing, and we'll talk about the shadow side of it for a minute, because yes, this could be a time. I know like today, the Powerball is like over $900 million. Like you literally go get a Powerball ticket and you win $900 million. Like Jupiter is big. It is big everything. So while big can be good, big can be overwhelming. Big can be too much. And so what you need to know about this eclipse season is everything that is related to Jupiter themes is going to be expanded. Everything that's related to Leo themes is going to be expanded. Everything that's related to your own being and essence and your energy, what's growing it, what's fulfilling it, vice versa, what's dimming your light, that's all going to be expanded. And sometimes Jupiter can be a very difficult placement. I love Jupiter. I love Thursdays. I love Jupiter days, but my natal Jupiter is in Scorpio in the 4th house. And I've had a lot of challenges in that realm of my life because of Jupiter's placement there. So I don't want to say that Jupiter is all good. A perfect example of this is last year when Jupiter was in the sign of Cancer. Yes, I had growth, I had expansion, but because my sun is in my 12th house rules like hospitals and like long-term hospital stays. I spent more time in the hospital with my children, again, because my Jupiter, my natal Jupiter is in the 4th house, which is the mother. So I spent more time in the hospital with my children during the Jupiter and Cancer transit than I have in my entire life, than I have in their entire lives. Both of them had hidden illnesses, undiagnosed illnesses, misdiagnosed things, autoimmune conditions, things that required a lot of testing, things that required a lot of doctors, things that required many specialists, and things that required a lot of time and energy in the hospital. So it was a very stressful time and a very stressful year. So Jupiter's not always good. And I say that because a lot of times people will only talk about the good aspect of Jupiter. But with this solar eclipse specifically, there is an energy here of Jupiter is going to expand like what you've been sort of hiding for yourself. If this is like your own shadow, if this is your ego, if this is like negative or toxic traits that you have, Jupiter's going to expand that. Because the Sun and Leo energy rule the ego. They're all about the ego. They're all about the shine. And again, the ego can be a very positive thing. The ego literally keeps us alive. It keeps us like wanting and desiring to do more and to expand and to grow. But sometimes the ego can be based in like greed and very much service to self, and also self-sabotaging behavior. So all of that's going to be highlighted during this transit, during this eclipse season. A good example of this is I'm spending a lot more time on TikTok, but there's a big TikTok creator that recently this weekend had a bunch of people sort of like very upset with them because they have, you know, millions of followers. They make quite a bit of money from the platform. And they started a GoFundMe asking for help, wanting to raise tens of thousands of dollars for dental work that they needed. And basically in the video where they're asking, they said, hey, I could get a job, but I really don't think a job's going to help me at this point. And a lot of people took offense to that. So Jupiter can, with Leo, can really sort of expose like the shadow aspect of your ego, the darker aspect of your ego, the greedier aspect of your ego. So just be mindful that it's not all good. I love Jupiter. I love solar eclipses, but sometimes they are challenging energies to deal with. Sometimes, you know, things getting bigger and things being seen can be overwhelming. Again, just like say if you were to win a Powerball, like the Powerball tonight, like most people would know you, except if you're in specific states where you don't have to like share your identity. And then you're going to have everybody coming out of the woodwork asking for money and asking for things and trying to sue you and trying to get it. So there's like positive and negative aspects of everything. That is the one thing to understand about life, spirituality, everything. Everything is energy, but energy is both light and dark. Energy is both good and bad. Energy has both a positive and negative side to it. And so everything is duality at this realm of existence, in the earth realm. So just understand that even if Jupiter brings in very good things, it brings in new beginnings. For some of you, it's going to bring in big love, big partnership. For some of you, it's going to bring in huge success, like more success, more money than you've ever actually tangibly held in your hands. But that also could require more work, more travel, more giving more of yourself. So this is an energy that can also burn you out. So it's important to stay very balanced. Okay. We talked about the new moon solar eclipse. It's going to be August 12th. Let's talk about the full moon lunar eclipse. This is going to be on August 27th or 28th, depending on where you're at in the world. Why this eclipse is bigger, even though it is not a full lunar eclipse, it's a partial lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses are about the end of a cycle. Pisces This lunar eclipse is going to be in Pisces. It's the last lunar eclipse that we're going to have in Pisces for quite a while. And so this is going to bring the end. It's like literally an energy of finality. Where things need to end, they are going to end, and you are not going to have any control. Pisces is the mystic. Pisces is imaginative, compassionate, it's healing, it's empathetic, it's adoring, it's dreamy. But Pisces can also be illogical, it can be self-pitying, it can be very emotional. It can also be in sort of an escapist energy, or sort of a delusional, like in your mind, in your dreams energy, not very practical, not very grounded in real world, okay? With the moon, it is our feelings. It is our instincts, it is our subconscious, it is our shadow, it is our psyche, our gut reactions. It's the things that we want to feel comfortable in. Moon is a very feminine energy. So it's like a lot of what we feel. It's our moods, it's our emotions and the current of emotions. Pisces and the moon together, emotions are heightened. It's like ocean, you know, an ocean of emotions. All the stuff that you've been trying to hide, all the stuff that you've been burying deep inside of you, all of those feelings coming out. And so sometimes that creates turbulence in our life. Sometimes the things that have not been working for us for a while that we've been tolerating, you get to a point where it's just like, it comes to a head. And especially because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. The last sign of the zodiac is the 12th house energy. So 12th house is karma. It's our subconscious mind. It's baggage. It's the unseen. It is about our spiritual life and spiritual development, but it can also be like the heavier emotions of like guilt and shame and trauma, and where we need to like really forgive ourselves and others. All of that stuff is going to come up. So what is good about the full moon partial lunar eclipse on the 27th, 28th is like, if you've been really struggling with a certain cycle that felt never ending, it could end for you, and finally like you feel that relief, you feel like free of it. But equally, this is going to end things that people aren't expecting to end. So relationships that have hit their expiration date that maybe you're not ready to walk away from. But again, because eclipses are fated events, fated energy, we do have free will, but we don't have control. And so if spirit, or if it's for your like your higher consciousness, if it's part of your karma to let someone go or to be done with a certain situation, like a certain job or a certain career field, nothing you do is going to hold it together. Nothing you do is going to make it stay in your life if it's meant to end. And so this is going to be a time of deep surrender. This card, the 12th house, represents surrender. You're just going to have to surrender to the energy. You're just going to have to surrender to the flow. You're just going to have to surrender to that which you cannot control. The serenity prayer is a very, very good prayer. I think it goes something to the effect of, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the things I can, and to know the difference. And that's the key part, is knowing the difference of what you are able to change, but equally accepting the things that you can't change, accepting the things that are meant to end for you, because 12th is the end of a cycle. So it's like you've learned all you can from it. You've grown all you can from it. And so this eclipse season is kind of bigger than other eclipses. This eclipse season is going to bring in a lot of new energy for people, but it's also going to bring in a lot of endings and things that maybe they're not ready to let go of, but you're sort of going to be forced to let go of for your highest and best good, especially if it is for your sort of spiritual growth and development, to be out of a relationship or be out of a certain situation. Like, it's going to end. It may not end right away. Again, the intensity of the eclipse energy lasts about 6 months, but there are endings, there are transformation, there is change with this energy, and it's going to be big. These 2 eclipses can be life altering. Don't let that scare you, but just be mindful that what is here today may not be here today. Eclipse portals are also times of where there's like births and pregnancies, like I talked about, but it can be also times of deaths and passings. So people who are already like sick or in not the best health could pass, but there equally could be completely unexpected deaths or passings that could happen that change your life. That is this energy. And again, I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And it's important to understand that life and death and all of these cycles of change and beginnings and endings are all a part of life. So, a couple things I want to touch on before I get into the tarot. Number 1, because eclipses are fated portals, fated beginnings, fated endings, this is a time where serendipity, sort of being in the right place at the right time, being intuitively led and guided to what is best for you, that's going to be stronger than ever. You may find yourself taking a wrong road or taking a wrong path somewhere, but it's not going to be the wrong path. It's going to put you exactly where you're meant to be at that time. You could literally have a flight that's delayed, and then you get on a new flight and have to connect to a different city and like meet the love of your life on that connecting flight. You know what I mean? Like, that is this type of energy. You can literally go to the gas station and buy snacks and ask for a Powerball ticket, and they give you the wrong ticket, or they give you something else, but then you win a different lottery prize. Like, that is this energy. And so what you need to know is, because it's fated, there's no wrong moves. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, even if you seemingly think it's a mistake, the hand of fate, the hand of the universe, that's all playing out in a bigger and larger way than you can see at this level. And so again, just trust and surrender that you're exactly where you need to be. And even the things that look hard or bad, because it is Jupiter, the one thing that I have found with Jupiter energy is like, even like my hard Jupiter placements, where something seemingly seemed like bad, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, or it turned out to be beneficial, even if I had to go through a challenge first, and then the outcome was very beneficial for me. So don't look at challenges, endings, sudden changes as bad things. There's going to be a silver lining. There's going to be an opportunity that brings in something better because of the Jupiter energy here. Okay. Secondly, this is not a good time for elective surgery. So when I say elective, if you want to go and like get a nose job, if you want to go and do some sort of elective surgery, this is not a good time for that. If you have a surgery already scheduled, like, I'm not saying cancel your surgery. I am saying pray, use your discernment, really trust your intuition. If it doesn't feel right for you to go in at that time, don't do it, postpone it. If it's not something that's like absolutely critical that you have to get taken care of now, I would wait and not have your surgery either like the week of the eclipses. So that would be this week, or that would be the week of the 27th. Again, if it's like something you absolutely need for your health, your safety, your well-being, do it. But don't elect to have surgery done at this time if you can avoid it. If you're getting some sort of like, you know, something that's like not a medical necessity, it's just more of like a cosmetic thing, this is not the month to do surgery. Okay. Other thing about eclipses is it is a time, like I said, to just kind of surrender to the flow of the energy. There are going to be a lot of things that are out of your control, out of you being able to sort of manipulate that. But with that being said, this is a time of heightened manifestation. what you have to remember is everything is energy. Energy is dualistic. It's light and dark. So where you're focusing is going to grow and expand exponentially. If you're focusing on the bad, you're going to get even bigger bad of things going on. If you're focused on the good, you're going to get even bigger good things happening for you. So if you're in a relationship that's challenging right now, if you're in a situation that's challenging right now, and you're solely focused on the challenge, you could literally manifest an ending or manifest an even worse situation or worst case scenario because of your focus on it right now, okay? Vice versa. If you're seeing steady growth for yourself and you're sort of feeling better about your situation and you're in a lot of gratitude and in a lot of peace, and you're wanting to focus on growth and expansion and really manifesting big dreams and goals, that's going to happen faster for you during this energy as well. So just be mindful of that, all right? So with that, let's get into the tarot real quick. Do a quick tarot reading. But don't be afraid of eclipses. Just know that it doesn't hit everybody the same way either, too. Like for myself, I'm a Leo rising. This eclipse is probably going to hit me bigger than for a lot of other people. If you have a lot of fixed sign energy, this eclipse is going to hit you. If you have a lot of planets in Leo in your birth chart, this is going to hit you. If you have a lot of planets in Pisces, that lunar eclipse is really going to hit you. So just be mindful of that, okay? So with that, I grabbed the deck. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the High Priestess. A couple cards flew out, so we're going to take these cards. We have Six of Wands. So Ace of Cups, there's that love energy. There's that renewal, like abundant energy. Your cup may overflow during this eclipse season. But the key to the overflow is really listening to your intuition, listening to the guidance that you receive with the High Priestess, and taking action on the spiritual guidance you receive as well. Because it's one thing to get guidance. It's another thing to actually take action. But if you take action on the guidance that you receive, you are assured a victory. Six of Wands, goddess, Nike, the goddess of victory. So if you take action as you feel called to take action, you are assured success. We do have the Empress. So again, heightened manifestation. Even though the eclipse energy is highly masculine, especially the solar eclipse energy, lean into the moon energy that you have. Your feminine energy is your ability to be receptive, is your intuition, is your psyche, is your emotions. What are you feeling? If you need to clear and cleanse what you're feeling right now because you're feeling a lot of anxiety, you're feeling a lot of fear, you're feeling a lot of doubt, get outside in nature, ground, use certain crystals. My guides wanted me to do more aquamarine, and so I've been wearing aquamarine. And it's funny, my daughter just got back from Massachusetts from visiting her father, and she didn't even know that I was like guided to use aquamarine, and she bought me an aquamarine bracelet. So it was like double confirmation that I'm meant to be using aquamarine right now. So again, listen to the guidance that you're getting of like the different stones, different crystals, different spiritual modalities, different things that you should be doing at this time for your best and highest good. But divine feminine energy is very strong. The energy of manifestation is very strong. The energy of fertility is very strong. Again, this is why people might get pregnant or have babies during this time, because it is a very fertile time. With the Eight of Swords, Medusa, you have to be careful of what your thoughts are. There's that anxiety, there's that fear, there's that self-imposed limitation. If you're focused on that, it's going to grow and expand. If you accept what you feel about it and just acknowledge it and then sort of surrender it, Wheel of Fortune, good luck, things changing in your favor, things changing for the better. And specifically too, because we have the Ten of Swords, which is the end of a heavy cycle. Again, a lot of the endings, because it is Pisces, you're ending heavy karmic cycles. You're ending things that you want to end, that you're finally going to feel the relief of, and things are going to come into balance for you with the Six of Coins. This is balance. This is receptivity. This is abundance. Okay. Spirit, anything else for the eclipses? Knight of Cups. So again, there could be gifts, there could be offers, there could be truce energy with the Nemesis card, Two of Swords. People who maybe were challenging before, where there's sort of more balance, where there's more harmony, where there's more forgiveness. This could definitely be in a work situation, because we have the Chiron energy. Chiron's currently in Taurus. So there could be more balance and healing in your finances as well. Okay, Eight of Coins, work. We have the King of Swords, Uranus. Just understand that there is going to be a lot of changes that take place, but change is not always bad. Uranus, although it is the planet of revolution, it is the planet of activism and being spurred to action. Sometimes it can represent, challenging things, but it can equally represent really incredible burst of surprise, big, good things coming in, like winning the lottery for some, or meeting your partner with the Lovers. Like, it's breakthrough energy as well. It's epiphanies as well. It does create change, but it's not always negative change, especially with Aphrodite and the Lovers here. Some of you are manifesting big love. You're manifesting your person, you're manifesting a happy family, you're manifesting a lot of money, wealth, and abundance with the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Cups. So you have the ability to create what you desire by focusing in on it more, even if there are circumstances and situations beyond your control. There are infinite possibilities for your expansion, for love, for growth, for success, for abundance, for everything else that you want as well. Okay? As one door closes, or as multiple doors closes, or multiple cycles close, new ones begin. Final messages real quick. Rune of the Gods Oracle. I love this deck so much. I'm so glad I got it. Bottom of the deck, fertility. Yeah. There is this energy, and sorry, the phone is like shaking because the wind and the shaking and everything. Okay. Winds of change coming in, shaking things up. Fertility. There's a lot of fertility. Fertility is not just about pregnancy or babies. Fertility is about things being ripe. So for some of you, you're coming into a time of harvest. And this harvest is going to allow you to take flight, take off, move, bring in that energy of fire, the element of fire, which is creation, which is life force. You're tapping into that. And that life force brings order, balance, healing to your life where there may have been disorder, where there may have been disharmony, where there may have been chaos. Things are coming into balance now. Because Freya with fruitfulness, again, that energy of fruitfulness, abundance, your efforts paying off, big energy around that right now. As long as you are balanced and harmonious within yourself, and you stand in your power and strength with the Thor card and the Manaz rune, which is all about harmony, you will be highly protected and receive huge victory in your life and success and achievement in any area that you desire, because there is loyalty coming in. And for some of you, this present time with the present card is going to completely change your history. This is a time too to understand that you are not your past. Maybe you've learned from the past. Maybe you're concerned about repeating history or repeating a past cycle, but whatever is going to come in for you now, you are not the same version of you that you were in the past. And because of that, it's going to be a new experience. So allow life to be brand new for you. All right, I hope this video helped. I will be doing individual videos for Astra around these eclipses, so look out for that. Sending everyone love. I hope everyone has a wonderful week and happy eclipse season. Take care.